It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo parade for 5. What big teeth a hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl, the science quiz program here in PGCPS, where we bring together outstanding elementary and middle school students to play our game. We invite you to play along and see if you can get some of these questions right. Let's meet today's teams, 2 outstanding middle schools. The first one is Accokeek Academy. Say hello to Tristan over there. Jace is their captain, and Sayram is here, all with beautiful matching shirts on there for Accokeek Academy. They're ready and raring to go. They're playing against Samuel Ogle Middle School. Say hello to Nate. Nate, nice to have you back on the show. Lana is a veteran too. Nice to have Lana here. She's our captain. And Josiah, first time on our show, but a renowned speller, plays in the Prince George's Spelling Bee as well. Here on the Science Bowl, we have 6 categories of questions, and if you're not familiar with them, here they are now.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's science potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here in the Science Bowl, our game board reflects question difficulty. Easier questions on the left worth 5 and 10 points, and they get tougher. 15, 20, 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. End of the 2 rounds today, one of these 2 talented, good-looking teams will come back to play William Wirt for the chance to be the 4th of our semifinalists in this year's middle school competition. So a lot at stake, but we want everyone to have a good time, and we hope you do as well. Let's go over and make sure everything works properly. Jace, try your buzzer, please. Red team, looks like it's ready and raring to go. How about the green team? Thank you, Lana. All right, we go alphabetically A before S, so Accokeek, let's play this bowl. Jace, pick.
Science potpourri for 25.
Science potpourri for 25 points to start our game. If you are dehydrated, it is important to replenish lost water, but also to replenish minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium that carry a positive or negative charge and are known by this E-initialed word. Accokeek.
Electrolysis?
Not electrolysis, good try. Samuel Ogle, sodium, potassium, and magnesium with negative or positive charges are known by this E-initialed name.
Electrolytes?
Electrolytes, yes, you were on the right track there, Accokeek. Okay, go green, good comeback. Go, Alana.
Oh,
Nope,
wait.
that's all right. I know you're nervous. Don't worry about it. Go ahead, pick one.
Green things for 15.
Green for 15. Here's your question. The largest genome yet discovered, with billions more genes than we human beings have, belongs to one of these shade-loving forest plants that reproduces by spores. Accokeek?
Fern.
Ferns, yes. Spores instead of seeds. Good. Thank you, Sayram, for your help there. Go red.
Dateline Science for 25.
Dateline for 25 points. The huge geyser that erupted in Yellowstone Park last summer was described as a hydrothermal explosion, meaning it was caused by what? Accokeek.
Water.
What you got?
Water and heat.
Water and heat. We're going to give it to you. Absolutely. Hot water. Good. Go. Red. We'll turn out the red light. Jace, you pick.
Let's get physical for 25.
Let's get physical for 25 points. The bombardier beetle sprays a mix of chemicals like hydrogen peroxide at any animal trying to eat it. That mix creates an exothermic reaction, meaning the animal's hit.
What do you learn about exothermic?
All right, Accokeek has rung in.
It releases heat.
It releases heat. A little more, please. Let me see if I can get more from Samuel Ogle. This bombardier beetle releases...
It releases toxins that are poisonous.
25 points, and let's get physical. I'm going to repeat the question for Samuel Ogle. Oh, you gave an answer?
Yes.
What do you want to say?
It releases... Do you mind if
You gave an answer. Go ahead.
It releases toxins that are poisonous.
No, not quite. We're looking for a hot liquid we wanted to hear. Heat was, exothermic was the heat part, but the spray was coming out. So it's not just heat that hits the animal, it's hot liquid. No points that time. Go red.
Zoo Parade 25.
Zoo for 25 points. All right. It's been discovered that some ants will save the lives of others in the colony if their legs have been infected or injured by cutting the leg off. An action known by this A initialed word.
Amputation.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Where do I recognize you? Accokeek?
Amputation.
Amputation is correct. Yes, indeed. Good. Go red.
Body systems for 25.
Body for 25 points. All right. The question is as follows. Multiple choice. Even in the 0G of outer space, the food you eat will go down to your stomach, even though you're upside down, because of a muscular process called which of the following? Putrefaction, phylogeny, or peristalsis? Accokeek.
What do you think? Can you repeat the...
No, I cannot. Not putrefaction. Samuel Ogle, that muscular process that makes your food go down no matter what position you're in is known as putrefaction, phylogeny, or peristalsis.
Phylogeny.
The one neither of you picked. It is called peristalsis. The only time it goes backwards is when you vomit. Go red. 115 to 75 we've got. Go Jace.
Green things for 25.
Green for 25 points. Found mostly underground and over 90 feet long and 30 feet wide. The 18,000-year-old oak known as the Jarappa oak is a collection of identical shrubs and roots that reproduce by what C initial process? Accokeek. Talk among yourselves, Samuel Ogle, in case I have to come to you.
Cloning?
Cloning, that's exactly what we want to hear. Good, go red.
This is a type of reproduction.
Oh, the buzzer says we'll have to wait a moment there. All of our 25-point questions are gone, and our score, 140 for Accokeek, 75 for Samuel Ogle. Round two, straight ahead. Don't go away. And welcome back to Science Bowl. Two outstanding middle schools here today vying for the chance to get to the semifinals. Off to a great start here. Let's find out about the schools and their players. I was complimenting Accokeek on their matching jerseys over there. Jace, down there at Accokeek Academy, who's your principal? Can you tell us?
It is Dr. Judy Adams.
Wonderful. I know Miss Dr. Adams is out there rooting for you. And who's the coach of your team?
Miss Pareja.
Yes, and Miss Perea, thank you for all that you've done to get this team organized. And you stepped forward to do this, and I know you did that, and no one forced you to do it, and we're so grateful for the efforts you put in here. Tell me any alternates you have on your team, Jace.
I'm not sure. I think we have Royce and Nathaniel and Jemiah.
Very good. Thank you, Seyram, for filling in the blanks there. What do you like about Accokeek, Jace? What's something you want everyone to know about that academy?
I like its robotics club where you can create a robot, and I'm planning to get an Arduino.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And Jace, what do you do in your spare time?
I play video games, and I love watching sports, and I also love to build stuff.
Yeah, I know you talked about you have some engineering tendencies over there as well. You've been on our show many times. Always nice to have you back. Tristan, nice to have you here. You seemed real excited when you came in here. Why'd you want to do this?
It just seemed interesting to me, and Coach Farha introduced it to me.
Yeah, and it's not only is it fun, it's informative. We hope you're learning something because we're learning from you what you know. So it's a back and forth. It's mutual here, this game, and it's something I'm glad you're participating in. What do you want to do someday, Tristan?
I want to try to be a video game developer or computer scientist.
Very good. All right. Those are popular aspirations these days because that's where the money is. That's where the jobs are. Sayram, nice to have you with us today. Tell us about yourself. What do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I guess I feel like I do a lot of crafts. I do a lot of drawing, crocheting, sewing, just making things.
That's wonderful. How do you know so much about science? Because it's obvious that you do.
I know a lot about, I don't know actually. I feel like I've always been interested in it, and I've always been interested in like plant biology and sorts of those things. So I guess I just learned it easier than I thought I would.
You're making good associations. I'm impressed by that. What do you want to do someday?
Biochemical engineering.
Very good. All right. Another engineer over there. Let's go to Samuel Ogle. Lana, tell us about Samuel Ogle. Now, you were here on our show how long ago?
3 years ago.
Yeah. And you had a good time then, I hope?
Yes.
Yeah, and we're glad to have you back. How'd they make you the captain? Did you guys have to arm wrestle, or what you have to do?
No, we all just all came together. And
Very nice, very nice. I know you're interested in fashion design.
Yes.
Yeah? What else are you interested in?
Soccer and reading.
Wonderful. Who's the principal at Ogle?
Mr. Cameron Millspaugh.
Absolutely. I know he's a big fan of Science Bowl. And who's your coach?
Miss Karen Pumphrey.
Yes, has been. And Karen, thank you for all you've done over the years with Science Bowl. You always send us great kids here, and terrific teacher she is too, and I know you guys would agree with that. Any alternates on your team?
Yes, Riley and Amelia.
We'll bring them out, give them some face time in a few moments' time. Something about Samuel Ogle that you like to brag about?
Our school is a very competitive and loving and enthusiastic school.
Wow.
And we're a very smart school, and we just want to let you know that we're just an amazing school, and
Yeah.
there's so many good qualitative opportunities about us.
That's a beautiful description. And you use the word loving in there too. You hope your school is loving too, because you want to get up in the morning and can't wait to get there. You're doing a nice job here today. Let's talk to your teammates over there. Josiah, let's talk about the spelling bee, yeah? So you're a good science student, but you're also a good speller. Tell us, what's your secret sauce?
I do a lot of research. Like if I have a question about anything, the internet is always there. So, with that, anything I have questions about, just look it up. Anything you have questions about, you can just look it up.
Absolutely. And I remember growing up with a dictionary at my side, because look up the word. If you don't understand the word, look it up. Yeah, that's the only way you learn. What do you want to do someday?
I want to be a neurologist.
Yeah, why so?
So a lot of people have conditions similar to the one that I have. I suffer from absence epilepsy, and I wanted to help people who might be struggling with it more than I am, because it doesn't affect me as badly as it once did. But I know for a lot of people, specifically it's prominent in adolescent children around my age. I want to help them because it can be rough.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that with us. And that's a noble aspiration. Anytime you can help others because you have knowledge of this. Thank you. Thank you very much. Nate, you've been here before. I've seen you grow up. What do you like about the show?
Competitive.
Yeah. And when I ask you to list some things that you do in your spare time, it's about this long. You play lacrosse, you do this. Give us some of the things you do.
I build Legos, I play baseball, I play lacrosse, I do jiu-jitsu, I play video games, and I read books.
Yeah, you're a regular guy. You're doing all those things that you should. One day, what do you want to do?
I want to join the Marine Corps.
Marine Corps. I think I remember that from last time, too. They'll be lucky to get you. Let's get back into that game. 140 Accokeek, 75 for Samuel Ogle. Last correct answer came from the red team. So, Jace, let's go.
Which one? Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri, 20 points to start the second round here. And it's a multiple choice question. Listen carefully to this long word. There are clues in it. Scientists who study a branch of science called paleotempestology. Wow. We have a spelling bee champ over there. Maybe he's figured it out. Lana, what do you want to tell me?
It's about
What's it about?
It's a study of fossils and
not quite. Let me finish it. It's a multiple choice. Accokeek. Scientists who study paleotempestology are looking for evidence of long ago hurricanes, recent tsunamis, or ancient glaciers? Accokeek.
Ancient. Long ago hurricanes.
Yes, that's absolutely right, because the word tempest is in there, and paleo refers to ancient. Nice parsing of that word there. Go, red.
Daylight signs for 20.
Daylight for 20 points. Look at the monitor in the studio, please. We have a picture. One of our newest middle schools is named for Ellen Ochoa. There she is, the first Hispanic female astronaut who flew 5 space shuttles to help build the ISS, which is what? Accokeek.
International Space Station?
That's correct, yes indeed, yeah. And I think the green team knew too. You just weren't fast enough on the buzzer over there, all right? Because this team is pulling away. Let's jump on that buzzer a little faster. Jake, go. Jace.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. Hard water, in quotes, isn't frozen, but rather water that has plenty of...
It's more dense. It's more dense. It's more density.
Not more density. Good try, Josiah. Hard water isn't frozen, but rather water that has plenty of minerals in it, like capital C small a and capital M small g. Those two chemicals are what? You need not ring in. You have the opportunity to answer. Can you give me those two chemicals?
It has calcium and magnesium.
That's correct. Nicely done. Good. Go red.
Green things for 20.
Green for 20. Multiple choice question. If you've ever looked at leaves on a stem, you'll notice that they're not up there haphazardly. They are arranged perfectly so that they can get the maximum amount of sunlight. Is that arrangement known as, listen to these 3 choices, phototropism, Accokeek?
Because it's light related. Phototropism.
It is not phototropism. She had to take a chance. Is it this arrangement of leaves on a stem to get maximum sunlight known as phototropism, phyllotaxis, or photolysis?
Photolysis? I think photolysis?
It's the one neither of you chose. It's phyllotaxis. The one in the phyllo is a prefix that means leaf. Try again, red.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade, 20 points. Question is as follows, multiple choice. Would a herpetologist be most interested in the sighting of a rare bird, the discovery of a fossilized...
Frogs.
Frogs.
Amphibians.
Remember, I told you it's a multiple choice, so I hadn't given the choices as yet, Josiah. Let me finish for Accokeek. A herpetologist most interested in the sighting of a rare bird, the discovery of a fossilized insect, or the finding of a 2-headed snake?
2-headed snake, because they still reptiles. Yeah. It's 2-headed snake.
The 2-headed snake, yes. A herp is someone who likes reptiles, and as Josiah said, also amphibians. But wait until we give you those on those multiple choices. It's usually best to wait until you hear the choices. Go red.
Body systems for 20.
All right, body for 20 points. A famous movie made in 1957, long before you were born, called Hemo, the Magnificent, was all about the oxygen-carrying role this pigment plays in the blood system. Accokeek.
Hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin, yeah. Hemo the Magnificent was all about hemoglobin. You got that right. Good, go. Yes, sir.
Dateline signs are 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Teams, the addition of lifeboats and deck reinforcements to the Eastland cruise ship in 1915, designed to make it safer, actually caused the boat to tip and sink. Just like what famous ship did in 19... Accokeek?
Poseidon?
Not the Poseidon, Samuel Ogle. Just like what other famous ship did in 1912 that didn't have enough lifeboats.
The Titanic?
The Titanic is right. Yes, indeed. Good. All right. Now I see some smiles over there. Good. Come on, Green. Let's go. Got some worked out for you. Work in front of you.
Can we do body systems for 15?
Body systems for 15 points. Here we go. Since your fingernails and hair are cornified, meaning they are filled with keratin and no longer have nucleated cells, forensic investigators like on CSI can't use them for identification Because what molecule is absent? What molecule is absent? Accokeek.
DNA.
There's no DNA in your hair or your fingernails. Absolutely right. Good. Go. Red.
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri, 15 points. Here's that question. While the Hubble Space Telescope relied on visible light, the new James Webb Telescope is sending back images
Of reflected light.
not reflected light. Nate jumped on that. I thought he knew what I was going for. Hubble Space Telescope relied on visible light. James Webb Telescope sending back images gathered in this kind of invisible radiation, you don't have to ring in, that we perceive as heat.
Infrared. Infrared.
Infrared is correct. Yes, indeed. Good. Go. Red.
Let's get physical for 15.
Physical for 15 points. If you've ever been to the beach and you've been trying to make a sandcastle, listen to this. The steepest that a pile of dry, loose grains of sand will pile up and stay stable is 33 degrees. It is this force that holds the grains together. What force holds those grains together so they don't start slipping?
Friction.
Friction. That's what I want to hear. Good. Thank you, Josiah. Go, Lana.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo for 15 points. Look at the picture in the studio here. Narwhals, like you see here, like warthogs, like walruses, like elephants, have what kinds of specialized teeth?
Tusks.
Tusks. They all have tusks. Absolutely right. Good. Thank you, Nate. Go. Green.
Let's see. Body for 10.
Body for 10. All right. In a rare operation, start again. If you have a disease like Crohn's disease or irritable bowel or colitis, your body is literally attacking itself, meaning this body system is actually hurting you. Name that body system, Accokeek.
Immune system?
The immune system. That's why they call it an autoimmune disease. Yes, sir. Good. Go green, or red, rather.
Dayline for 10.
Dayline for 10 point. Puzzling Plates is an app for students to explore volcanoes and earthquakes, and these T-initial plates, tectonic plates that cause those things to happen. You got that right. All right. Okay, we're down to not too many questions left. Go red.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri, 10 points. Question is, doctors say that omega-3 fatty acids found in large amounts in salmon are useful in treating these pimples common.
Pimples, so like...
Help her out, guys.
What?
Whiteheads, blackheads.
A little more.
Blackheads, whiteheads.
Yeah. You're going to kick yourself. Accokeek, doctors say omega-3 fatty acids found in large amounts in salmon are useful in treating these pimples common in teenagers.
Acne.
Acne. That's what we were looking for, guys. You were all around the park there. Nate's beating himself up over there. Go red. Go ahead.
Let's do a physical for 10.
Physical for 10 points. Activated charcoal is regular charcoal that's been heated to increase the size of its pores. It is used for people who swallow poisons or drugs because that charcoal can soak up the toxins, because of its increased SA. What does SA stand for in terms of that piece of charcoal? You had to ring in. It was toward the end of the game. Accokeek, do you know what that SA stands for, that increased space on that activated piece of charcoal?
Surface.
It's surface area. Surface area. No points, but you have plenty of points. Looks like Accokeek is going to move on in our competition. We'll be back with the wrap-up in just a moment. And welcome back. What a game we had here today. Accokeek, boy, they seem to know everything. And Samuel Ogle knew it too. Sometimes they were just a split second too late on that buzzer. Our final tally today is Samuel Ogle 120. Accokeek 300 points. Let's have a round of applause for that Accokeek team. Jace, you're allowed to smile. You're allowed to smile. That's great. Jace, would you introduce everybody, please, back
We
there?
got so we got Tristan, we got Shayram, we got what's your name? Huh?
Why don't you introduce yourselves, guys? Introduce yourselves. Go ahead.
Mr.
Nice and loud.
Here, I'm Nathaniel, we have Royce, we have Maya, we have Sarum.
And who's the big guy right here?
That is Mr. Williams.
And we don't want to forget you. Thank you all for being here today. And Lana, would you introduce a round of applause for that Samuel Ogle team. Like I said, Miss Pumphrey has been part of our game for many, many years and never lets us down. Samuel Ogle was a past champion when they were in elementary school. They're still looking for their middle school championship. It's coming. Lana, tell us about them back there.
So this is Amelia, this is Riley, and this is our coach, Miss Pumphrey.
All great kids there with that nice NASA shirt over there that's glowing. And look at this guy. He's a football player. You would know that. You would know that. Thank you all for being here today. We hope to see you next time on another edition of Science Bowl. Until then, I'm Dave Zarin. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.